海伦·凯勒的一生，三位导师，三个时代的陪伴。有时候我们从一本书了解作者，有时候我们通过作者解读一本书。海伦·凯勒失明、失聪、失语，却缔造了一个又一个奇迹。1880年出生，1968年去世，享年88岁。著名作家、教育家、社会活动家和慈善家。今天我们来讲述他背后的故事。海伦出生于美国阿拉巴马州塔斯卡姆比亚，19个月大时因突发疾病导致失聪失明。父亲亚瑟 ·H. 凯勒曾任北阿拉巴马报的主编，母亲凯特·亚当斯·凯勒出身于南方名门亚当斯家族，母亲比父亲年轻20岁，对海伦极为疼爱，性格温柔坚毅。海伦有2个同父同母的兄弟姐妹，米尔·德利德、菲利普，2个同父异母的哥哥詹姆斯、威廉。在成长过程中，母亲和妹妹米尔·德利德对他的生活影响尤其深。19个月大的海伦因为一次高烧，整个世界陷入无光、无声、无语言的状态，世界骤然变成黑暗与寂静，沟通困难、无序、挫折、暴躁、极度孤独。是的，内心极度的孤独与恐惧。家庭背景在他的成长经历中非常重要，他没有被放弃，积极为他寻找教育资源，成为海伦获得教育的关键。当一个灵魂准备好时，宇宙就会派来引路人。安妮·沙利文就是海伦的生命导师，她不只是老师，更像是上帝安排的桥梁。他们的相遇并非偶然，而是一种灵魂契约。海伦需要一位能点燃她的心灯的人，安妮需要通过唤醒他人来完成自己的灵魂使命。海伦在幼年失去视觉与听觉，这并非惩罚，而是灵魂为了一种特殊的体验而做出的选择。他的灵魂使命是在最黑暗的境遇中，仍然点燃内在的光明，并把这种光带给世界。安妮·沙利文是海伦的第1位导师，我们来看看她是如何教导和陪伴。
When I saw Helen Keller first, she was 6 years and 8 months old. She had been blind and deaf and mute since her 19th month as the result of an illness. She had no way of communicating with those around her except a few imitative signs that she had made for herself. A push meant go and a pull meant come and so on. She had observed that we did not use the hands when we were talking to each other. And I let her see by putting her hand on my face how we talked with our mouths. She felt the vibration of the spoken word. Instantly she spelled, I want to talk with my mouth. That seemed impossible. But after experimenting for a time, we found that placing her hand in this position, the thumb resting on the throat, right at the larynx, the first finger on the lips, the second on the nose, we found that she could feel the vibration of spoken words. For instance, the throat, she feels the G, the hard G, the. And on the lips, she feels and the K sound, k. On the lips, she feels the B, and with the second finger on the nose, the nasal sounds, the 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 first word she learned to articulate was the little word it. With the hand in this position, I made the vowel I. She felt it. I. Then I made the T. She feels it with the finger on her lips, on my lips. Then I put the 2 letters together to form the word it, and the first word was learned, After her 7th lesson, she was able to speak the sentence word by word, I am not dumb now.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Helen Keller and her lifelong friend, Mrs. Anne Sullivan Macy.
Thank you, President Newman. For over 20 years, Helen Keller has kept her hand on my face a good deal of the time, feeling the vibrations of my voice, putting her finger in my mouth and feeling my tongue, and imitating the positions and repeating them over and over until at last you can hear her speak words that you can understand. I can't think of anything. I want to ask you if you can think of anything more to your heart's desire than helping this brave girl to put forth a great project. She has overcome tremendous obstacles. People always love those who overcome great obstacles. Can you think of anyone who has overcome greater obstacles? Anyone whom you would more desire to help carry through a great work? She is going to ask you now, in her own words.
Dear lions and ladies, I suppose you have heard the legend that represents opportunity as a capricious lady who knocks on every door but once. And if the door isn't opened quickly, she passes on, never to return. And that is as it should be. Lovely, desirable ladies won't wait. You have to go out and grab them. I am your opportunity. I am knocking at your door. I want to be adopted. The legend doesn't say what you are to do when several beautiful opportunities present themselves at the same door. I guess you have to choose the one you love best. I hope you will adopt me. I am the youngest here, and what I offer you is full of splendid opportunities for service. 20 try to imagine how you would feel if you were suddenly stricken blind today. Picture yourself stumbling and groping at noonday as in the night. Your work, your independence gone. You have heard how from the fingers of another, a ray of light from another soul touched the darkness of my mind, and I found myself, found the world, found God. It is because my teacher learned about me and broke through the dark, silent imprisonment which held me, that I am able to work for myself and others. The opportunity I bring to you, lions, is this. Will you not help me hasten the day when there will be no preventable blindness, no little deaf blind child untaught, no blind man or woman unaided? I appeal to you, lions, you who have your sight, you who are strong and kind and brave. Will you not constitute yourselves as knights of the blind in the crusade against darkness? Thank you.
安妮·沙利文，1866年出生，1936年去世，美国著名教育家，被称为奇迹老师。他出生在美国马萨诸塞州，家境贫寒，幼年因眼疾几乎失明，童年失去双亲，曾住在孤儿院，在盲人学校接受眼部治疗，视力有所改善。1887年21岁时，成为7岁海伦的家庭教师，从此开始了长达近50年的师生与挚友关系。他曾经历过疾病、贫困、孤独，却从未低头，用耐心与爱心面对海伦最初的暴躁与抗拒，创造性地利用触觉、手语、实物、教学等方法，打破传统教育的局限。他是一个被改变的人，也是改变他人的人。他知道眼前的女孩需要的不只是教育，而是有人伸出手带她走出黑暗。安妮教会她盲文阅读、写作、纯读、发音等技能，使他成为世界上第1位获得大学学位的盲聋人。陪伴了海伦49年，把接力棒递给了波利·汤姆森。
In this room sits a remarkable woman. She is Miss Helen Keller. She does not see the room or the book that she is reading. She sees nothing. She does not hear the rustling of the curtains behind her. She hears nothing. She is deaf and blind. But if you enter her room, she will know it. Your lightest footfall will tell her you are coming. It will even tell her who you are, if she knows you, as she knows her old friend, Polly Thompson. Polly has been with Helen Keller 40 years. For nearly half of these, she has been Helen's only companion, Helen's eyes and ears upon the world. She talks with Helen by a finger system in which each letter has a sign, like this. In reaching out beyond her dark and soundless night, Helen depends most on touch. 2 other senses remain to her. There is taste and there is smell. Scent, the scent of objects and places and people, tells Helen much that we learn with eyes and ears. But her hand is her chief link with the outer world, with Polly, with Anne, the part-time helper, with everyone she encounters. With her hand, she reads Anne's lips. She answers for her voice. It is an unnatural voice, and it is her great sorrow. For all her years of effort, Helen has never learned to speak clearly. This isn't strange, for since she was a baby, she has not heard a word spoken, nor seen lips forming one. But let Helen, with Polly's help, tell you.
It is not blindness or deafness that brings me my darkest hours.
It is not blindness or deafness that bring me my darkest hours.
It is the attitude that I put meant in not being able to speak normally.
It is the acute disappointment in not being able to speak normally.
Longingly, I think how much more good I might have done if I had only acquired natural speech.
Longingly, I feel how much more good I could have done if I had acquired normal speech.
But within this sorrowful experience, I understand more fully.
But out of this sorrowful experience, I understand more fully
human striving,
all human strivings,
thwarted ambition,
thwarted ambitions,
and the infinite capacity of hope,
and the infinite capacity
海伦
of
第二任导
hope.
师波利·汤姆森，出生于1885年苏格兰格拉斯哥。1924年，安妮·沙利文的丈夫安排她到海伦家，协助安妮处理信件、家务和日常事务。1936年，安妮去世后，成为海伦的主要陪伴者，陪同海伦继续演讲、旅行、参与慈善活动。她细心、沉稳，善于处理社交事务，让海伦能够继续积极参与社会活动。虽然不具备安妮那种突破性的教育能力，但在情感和生活上给予了海伦长期而稳定的支持。1960年因中风去世，与海伦相处36年。温尼弗雷德·科里是海伦的第3位陪伴者，但是没有找到关于他的照片和影像。于1957年被安排成为海伦·凯勒的护士，生于1914年，2001年去世，是海伦的护士与最后的陪伴者。在海伦晚年健康状况下降时，成为全职照护者。在波利去世后，独自陪伴海伦的最后8年。
Incredible experience of being involved in the early cinema, the early movie making, and they want to show her doing extraordinary things, and so they got her involved in things like horseback riding, flying in an aeroplane.
It showed her first aeroplane ride, a daring feat at that time.
She's taken around, she becomes a sort of celebrity. People like Charlie Chaplin and Douglas Fairbanks Sr. and other, Mary Pickford, I believe.
Was a flop, a complete flop, and in point of fact, the money she made from that film.
Keller worked ceaselessly as a fundraiser for the AFB, accompanied by both Annie and Polly. Over the next decades, Helen met many of the world's great leaders and artists. She was never far from the public eye. Between trips, she also was able to write several books, all of which were greeted warmly by the public. While many people disagreed with her liberal stance on women's rights, labor unions, abortion, and other controversial issues, Helen Keller was by now a national treasure, and her views were given wide circulation. After giving herself selflessly for nearly half a century to Helen's care, Annie Sullivan was nearly blind herself. When Annie finally died, Helen Keller lost her greatest champion. Thompson taking Annie's place, Helen continued her world travels. As a guest of the Japanese government in 1937, Helen took the country by storm, giving 97 lectures in 39 Japanese cities. Her message was world peace, and she was devastated when the peace was broken at Pearl Harbor. Back in the United States, she published another book and then spent the World War II years touring military hospitals to cheer up the wounded soldiers.
Helen did what she did during World War I.
With the war over, Helen and Polly resumed their travel on behalf of the American Foundation for the Blind and other organizations. They went to Australia, South Africa, Israel, Asia, mostly as emissaries for the United States government, helping to organize and promote programs for the disabled. And no matter where Helen Keller went, she spread hope. But time was also running out for both Helen and Polly.
海伦·凯勒一生写了14本书和大量文章、演讲稿。海伦的一生告诉我们，没有人能独自成就伟大。真正的奇迹是人与人之间相互点亮。